Hello, I'm Delaney Smith, and this is iPulse Live for April 19th, 2024.
And I'm Allison Wallace. Attorneys have selected a jury of 12 New Yorkers in the Donald Trump hush money criminal trial. Today, just outside the court, the former president took after the gag order he is under. But yesterday, he targeted the trial itself, the district attorney, the judge, and even President Biden.
The whole world is watching this hoax. You got a DA that's out of control. You have a judge that's highly conflicted. The whole thing is a mess, and you have the leading candidate and leading crooked Joe Biden by a lot. He's the one that should be in trial. He's a crook. You got a crooked president. He should be in trial with all the stuff he's done and his family.
In the Mideast, last night Israel carried out a military strike inside Iran. The United States had been given advanced notification of an Israeli attack, but not the actual time and date. Swanson Gibson Jr. is in our newsroom with more.
U.S. officials claim they know of the imminent strike on Iran. However, they did not endorse any of the offensive operations. Iranian news agencies report that 3 loud explosions were heard from Tehran, Iran's capital. A nuclear facility near the Isfahan province was the point of attack. This attack occurred on the eve of the 85th birthday of Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Iran has downplayed the tension between Israel, suggesting that there is no need for retaliation. In the newsroom, Swanson Gibson Jr. for iPulse. Back to you guys in the studio.
In Lynn News, our Lynn Conservatory of Music has produced some great musicians. Yance Zheng is a graduating student who studies under professional Roberta Rusk. He is clearly on a steep career trajectory, as Eleanor Bruce reports.
When I was a kid and I, walked by a piano store in the street with my mom, and I saw there are a lot of pianos in the piano store, and so I walked in and tried those pianos. And my mom asked me that, are you interested in, learning piano? And I said yes, because I thought it was really interesting. Yeah, that's my first time to play piano.
Yance Zheng is a senior this year in the Bachelor of Music Piano Performance program in the studio of Roberta Rusk.
I went to a professional, music high school in China, and I attended a music festival in China. And I thought maybe it's good to go to Western countries because the piano is a Western instrument.
Recently, Zheng was declared first prize winner of the Artist Series Concerts of Sarasota competition for pianists. Zheng received a $2,000 cash reward and will perform in Sarasota in November.
Lynn Conservatory especially offers all music students full scholarships, so that's really attractive. And so I came here for my undergraduate music study. In China, we have like thousands, piano students just in one school. So and here it's just 10. I think I have more opportunities to perform and show myself. For me, I don't practice too much. Probably 3 hours per day. When I have some important things to do, like competitions, auditions, or important exams, I may practice 5 or 6 hours before the competitions. This competition is a statewide competition in Florida, and it's an online competition, so I don't have to go to another city. So I just submit a video, and if I win the competition, so the invited me to perform at the club in Sarasota. So yeah, I think it's a great opportunity. I like to play to audience, yeah, many people, yeah. I think getting a little bit nervous is good for playing. I think it's important to just never give up and always remember your original intention, and never forget why you love what you love. I hope one day I can write my own music. Yeah. I think my goal for the life is to keep exploring the music, and I try to make more people to love music. I really appreciate what my parents done for me because they support me all the time, support me to pursue my dream. I also really grateful for all my teachers, for major teachers teaching me how to play piano, and all of those 4 teachers have really important influence on me, how to play the piano technically, and also the meaning of the music. Yeah.
I'm Eleanor Bruce for iPulse.
And in Lynn sports, early in the spring season, the softball team traveled to South Carolina. The first time in history the program has traveled outside Florida to compete. It was an opportunity for reporter Ashley Martinez to profile student Ariana Collado.
I was given the opportunity to interview senior starting left fielder Ariana Galiotto about how the start of the spring season has been for the softball team, as well as their trip to South Carolina. That's the first time ever. Here's what she has to say.
Hi, I'm Ariana Galiotto. I'm a grad student here at Lynn University. This is my 4th year here, and I play for the softball team.
The Lady Fighting Knights have never traveled outside of Florida to compete in games, making this trip extra exciting.
So out of all 4 years, I heard you guys traveled on a plane to compete. How was that?
So honestly, it was super exciting, something completely different. My 4 years here, that was the first time we traveled out of state because we always played in the state of Florida. So traveling to South Carolina to play a different competition was honestly something that I would love to do again, and I wish I got the opportunity to do again. But honestly, just because I did get one opportunity to do it, it was something different and super exciting.
This was a very long weekend for the Lady Fighting Knights, as their day started extremely early in the morning and ended very late at night. But that didn't stop them from competing, as we hear from Ariana.
So the first day was a super long day. We had to wake up at 2:30, 3 o'clock. We left the airport around like 3:30, and we had an hour-and-a-half flight, and then we had a layover, which was 35 minutes. And then when we landed in South Carolina, we had to quickly go to the hotel, change, and then we played 2 games that day. So that was probably like the longest day of our entire weekend. But we all came together, pulled through. And then sleep schedule wasn't that bad because we all were exhausted by the first day. So we all went to bed, woke up around 8, 9 the next morning, and then went and played another 2 games. And then we did it all again the entire weekend. And honestly, we were all fine. No one was complaining about being tired or anything of the sort. So it was good. We adjusted very well.
The Lady Fighting Knights rallied some big hits in order to put up scores on the board, finishing their weekend in South Carolina with a record of 2-4 to start off their season. It was a pleasure to interview Ariana Galeotto, and we wish her and her team the best on the future of their season as they continue to compete on the road. I'm Ashley Martinez with iPulse.
Lynn University's Student Advisory Board is all about creating fun events and experiences for students. These events also help with stress. The advisory board started early in the new year with a great event. Reporter Chelsea Morin was there.
As we ring in the new year and only a couple weeks into the semester, students are starting to get back into their routines. Student Advisory Board had an event called Puppy Paradise, where students could release some stress and play with puppies. They worked with Puppy Spear, who has hosted over 30,000 events. Sophia Beltran shares more about Puppy Spear.
We have different studios around North America, starting with Toronto, New York, and now we're down here in Miami. We also do social events and corporate events, and today we're here at Lynn University doing a social. We're super excited to be here, and I hope everyone enjoys it.
Puppy Spear not only hosts events, but they have puppy yoga classes, and for Lynn students, they handed out coupons for $5 off your first class. More than 100 students attended and had the chance to go in the playpen and get to interact with the few puppies they brought in. Senior student Valentina Morello shares her thoughts on this event.
What I like the most about today's event is that, first of all, the puppies. I love puppies. I love dogs. So getting to play with them for free, it was really nice. Especially it's like a way to like de-stress when you just like distract yourself. We're in the middle of the block, so it's like a nice event to like get us like aside from work and then just play with puppies.
She explains this function gives a sense of distraction and having fun at the same time. Another senior student, Ryan Bartzak, shares about what he has enjoyed about the puppies being on campus.
I think today's event is actually really nice. It's very relaxing with the music, and the puppies are all incredibly well behaved. I heard this when I was in the CAF and in my group chat for the club that I work with. This club is so relaxing. Like, just the puppies are all so well behaved. They're a tiny bit nippy, but I'm used to that.
This event was made for students to not only cuddle cute puppies, but also to distress. Students are coming up with their resolutions for the new semester and for the year. Morello and Bartzak share their resolutions.
So my New Year's resolution is to set priorities, work on my time management. So like understand what is more important at the time, as well as also setting aside time for working on myself and working on my personal projects.
My New Year's resolution is to just get through all my classes and spend as much time as I can with my friends before I graduate.
This was another great success for Student Advisory Board. Many students enjoy playing with puppies and on such a great day with beautiful weather. I'm Chelsea Morin with iPulse.
They're so cute. Dogs are so special and so helpful to us. Reporter Chelsea Morin also looked into a Maine family who was heartbroken by their 5-year-old son medical's diagnosis. This was their surprise when they received a generous donation.
This is Easton.
Hi, Easton.
Hi.
Hi.
This is Banksy, the new part of the family. He now belongs to a 5-year-old Easton Merle in Yarmouth as his new service dog. Last year, Easton was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes.
It is no longer the death sentence it was years ago. He can live a fulfilled life, but it doesn't mean it's easy.
Easton now wears technology to alert his parents when his glucose levels are too high or too low.
It was a little bit trickier when I didn't have Banksy.
Right now, I still have to sleep with Easton, and even though with all the technology, I'm still up 2 to 3 times a night. And we're doing corrective measures to keep him safe from those lows. Having a dog for earlier warning is just that confidence.
Banksy comes from the organization Diabetes Dogs of America. He was trained for 6 months on Easton's smell and how to get help when Easton is not responsive. Banksy alerting Easton's parents within 5 minutes of their first time meeting each other.
Good alerts. Well, they have been a little high because I did have pancakes for breakfast this morning.
Where Easton goes, so will Banksy, including school and to bed.
So if the dog wakes up, smells the blood sugar, we'll jump on the bed, we'll wake him up. We teach our dogs to actually physically jump on top of our client. So you have a 70-pound dog jumping on top of you. You will wake up. You will wake up, and then the dog can actually, hopefully, maybe save your life.
A service dog like Banksy costs nearly $30,000, a price tag not typically covered by insurance. Distant relatives had raised money to help donate Banksy to Easton. Now the Murrow family wants to pay it forward, raising thousands of dollars for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. I'm Chelsea Morin with iPulse.
In February of this year, the parents of Brian Landry received an undisclosed settlement with the family of Gabby Petito. Gabby Petito was the 22-year-old woman who was killed by her fiancé in a 2021 road trip. Her parents sued the parents of Brian Landry, and out of that lawsuit, much more information about what actually happened came to light. Reporter Gretchen Lemke-Pena summarizes what we now know about the tragic story.
Hello, and good morning. It is really nice and sunny today.
Gabby Petito and her fiancé Brian Landry were on a cross-country road trip in 2021. According to Landry's father's court deposition, which was released last week, Brian sounded frantic when he called him on the phone. Other depositions have been released, including those from Landry's mother and Petito's parents, against the Landrys and their attorney.
Gabby Petito never goes outside.
Brian's father, Christopher Landry, spoke of a phone conversation he had with Brian on August 29th, the day his father says stuff hit the fan. He said his son sounded frantic and got very excited while telling his father Gabby's gone. He mentioned his son asked, "Can you help me?" and told him he might need a lawyer. In her deposition, Roberta Landry, Brian's mother, said she spoke with her son that same day and his voice was very upset. She also mentioned, "I didn't want to push him, so we just said goodbye." Brian's father said that when his son asked for a lawyer, he said, "I asked him why, he wouldn't tell me." After that, Christopher Landry said he contacted the family's lawyer. What exactly did the Landrys think their son meant by the word gone? Roberta Landry said several possibilities ran through her mind, including that the couple had a fight. Or perhaps her son had hit Petito, and she was going to press charges. When asked if she thought maybe her son had murdered Petito, Roberta Landry responded, "It might have gone through my mind. I can't recall what I was thinking at the time." Landry's father said he never thought his son killed Petito. "I had no idea what to think," he said. The Landrys were also asked repeatedly why they didn't press their son about what had happened to Gabby. Not over the phone and not in person after their son showed up back in Florida on September 1st, 2021 in Petito's van without her. They both explained that their lawyer had told them not to question their son about Petito. "I was told not to ask, and so I just kept Brian close, kept him home and safe, and didn't talk to him about anything and hoped for the best," Roberta Landry said. The distressing phone calls with their son took place 3 weeks before Petito's remains were found in Wyoming's Bridger-Teton National Forest. The Teton County coroner determined she died from strangulation and ruled it as a homicide. In all those weeks that passed since the phone call with their son, the Landrys said they never contacted the Petitos and ignored all the Petitos' calls and text messages at the advice of their lawyer. All of this, despite knowing Petito's parents were desperate to find her.
I'm asking for help from the parents of Brian, and I'm asking for help of the family members and friends of the Landry family as well.
In her deposition, Brian's mother said, "I was just concerned about my son at the time, and that she figured maybe her parents would pick her up or would come get her." More than a month after Brian Landry disappeared from his home, his body was found in a nearby swamp. Police say he died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Alongside him, a notebook in which he admitted taking Gabby Petito's life, saying she'd fallen and was in extreme pain. He said he thought it was, quote, merciful.
It's nearly 3 weeks ago when Baltimore, France's Scott Key Bridge collapsed. Since then, crews are using the largest crane on the eastern seaboard to haul the wreckage to a nearby salvage yard. On that fateful day, March 26, 6 construction workers plunged to their deaths. The bodies of 4 have been recovered. One person who fell into the water survived, as my colleague Delaney Smith reports.
In a remarkable story of survival, a construction worker defied the odds. After falling a staggering 185 feet into the water, he lived to tell the tale.
Jeffrey Pritzker, the executive vice president of Bronner Builders, says the unnamed survivor likely survived the fall by swimming before he was rescued by first responders. He was later treated at the University of Maryland Medical Center's Shock Trauma Center, but was released only hours after the collapse. At Wednesday, March 27th's press conference, Maryland's Governor Wes Moore said he's spoken with a survivor who narrowly escaped with his life.
One of the survivors who I had the opportunity to speak with, one of the things he mentioned to me was as he was moving off of the bridge and literally saw the bridge fall right after he moved off, it was because it was a first responder who was telling him to move off of the bridge.
The mayor also spoke on how those on the bridge were notified to get off of it.
Well, I think we'll find out by investigation what exactly happened. I know that the one person I spoke with, he said it was audibly, that the officer was telling him to move off.
Along with the survivors is a driver who was stopped from entering the bridge just in time.
In all honesty, if my passenger wasn't a little bit late coming out to the car and getting into it, we probably very well could have been on the bridge when it collapsed. We were that close.
These stories come as we continue to learn more about 4 construction workers who were presumed and confirmed dead. 26-year-old Dorian Castillo Cabrera's body was found in a submerged pickup truck below the wreckage. He was an immigrant from Guatemala who loved his construction job. 35-year-old Alejandro Hernandez Fuentes, a Mexican national, was also found in the truck next to Castillo. Miguel Luna was a father of 3, an immigrant of El Salvador who lived in Maryland for 19 years. And 38-year-old Maner Yazer Suazo Sandoval was a Honduran national, a husband and a father of 2.
He was the breadwinner for his children right now. God is going to provide for us too, so we can get together as a family and see how we can help each other.
I'm Delaney Smith from iPulse TV News. Also in March, there was Britain's Princess Kate's announcement that she was undergoing cancer treatment. Her husband, Prince William, returned to public duties yesterday for the first time, but her announcement continues to resound globally. Andrea Carlos reports on that day.
Heartbreaking news in the United Kingdom from the royal family. Princess Kate of Wales has announced that she is undergoing treatment for cancer. The news came down shocking when Princess Kate herself made a public statement.
It has been an incredibly tough couple of months for our entire family, but I've had a fantastic medical team who have taken great care of me, for which I'm so grateful. In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous. The surgery was successful. However, tests after the operation found cancer had been present.
The people of the United Kingdom are sad to hear about Princess Kate's cancer diagnosis, especially since she is a young mother of children ranging from 10 to 5. This news came after months after hearing about King Charles with his cancer diagnosis.
Obviously, it's very sad to hear about Kate Middleton's cancer diagnosis. She's a young mother of a couple of children, so I feel like everyone is sad that she's obviously received that diagnosis. But obviously as well, I think there's a general feeling in the public that there's a lot of people also suffering from this diagnosis every day. And maybe Kate Middleton, or not maybe, definitely, she has access to healthcare that a lot of people don't have access to. So I guess there's sympathy amongst everyone, of course, but no more so or even less so than anyone else would receive for a cancer diagnosis.
Princess Kate did share some light at the end of her video of others who are also fighting cancer.
At this time, I'm also thinking of all those whose lives have been affected by cancer. For everyone facing this disease, in whatever form, please do not lose faith or hope. You are not alone.
More and more young people are getting cancer nowadays, and it is important, if you do not feel something right, to go get checked early enough at your doctor. We at iPulse send our best wishes to Princess Kate. I am Andrea Carlos for iPulse.
And that's iPulse Live for April 19th. I'm Delaney Smith.
And I'm Allison Wallace. We'll be back next week at 2 p.m. In the meantime, you can find us at iPulsenews.com and iPulse on the Apple News website.